But where was I? These Concordia kids, they don't know what they're talking about. They need to like let it out of their system. I have a friend. He got married when he was 22 years old, basically right out of college. He has pictures he posts every weekend of his family dressed up like they're in a Brooks Brothers catalog. And somehow, regardless of the seasons, there's foliage in these pictures. And they're all wearing fucking corduroys. It could be like July. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? There's a new picture of the corduroys. Slightly different tint of color. Slightly different khaki variation. Oh, look at that young man's sweater. What is that? Auburn? What the fuck? It's fucking August, you fuck. Where's your pink? Let me see a little paisley. It's never go to that in the tropics, that family. It's like they're in like some sort of perpetual Virginia Christmas special or for Thanksgiving thing in like upstate New York. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. I don't understand how they do it. The kids all look happy. The wife has added weight every picture. She's a whale now. You know an affair is coming. Her, not him. She's gonna start dating a black guy because as you gain weight, the tunnel for the vagina becomes wider and it requires more girth. And he, my friend Tom, isn't packing. He just isn't packing. You know he's freaking out about it. He's getting really nervous about it because you see the wrinkles under his eyes and he's kind of feigning that smile like he's a happy family man. Like, it's awful. It's all. I'm like, how many strippers have I dated? How many porn stars? AVN Awards, that one time that transsexual, she was lovely. Best of both worlds, I say. It's just, but they don't get paid enough. I'll talk about that later. It's just, why did you do this? Because someone in some social book, Emily posts, I get married, boom, 2 years later, that's when you start having kids. Boom, by the time he's 28, it's like 4 kids. Boom, where's your life? Where's your golf weekend with the buddies? Where you're doing lines of coke in Myrtle Beach off of Anastasia's perfectly formed tatas. No, that doesn't exist because you're part of the family. Every chance you get to have freedom involves playing with your little shit fucking kids. And then one day, when you're one of those Concordia fucking kids, Christian, praise Jesus. John, do you need a hand job? You sure you don't need a hand job? You're sure? I got the Jergens. Okay. One day, kids are starting talking shit. You get a little bit older. Your wife's like, honey, just let it go. Billy, you can't talk that way about your father. But Dad's acting like a faggot, Mom. And you're just driving the car. And then you hit him. You just knock that fucker out. You give him a nice Logan Paul right to the chin. And it just kind of goes like, and the head goes this way, the jaw goes, and then she's like, Tom, shut the fuck up, you cunt. Have you ever thought about losing a little bit of weight? Jesus fucking Christ. You know what? I don't feel bad about having sex with Jamal, okay? Now you're beating our kids. I'm like, God, I wish I fucking did the rails. I could have been fucking Anastasia right now. You don't want that to happen. Concordia University, this is a public message statement. Do some drugs. Make some poor decisions. This is the time you do it. You didn't do it all through high school because your fucking Christian Belt parents said no. You're in a place where you can do whatever you want. Taxes, Texas, low, all this naughtiness. Talking about like Daisy Dukes running around, tight jeans. Have some fun. Make some bad decisions. Get someone pregnant. Give them breakfast in bed. It goes away. It's fun. Make some choices that you wouldn't normally make. Don't make the same choice every day. It's like deciding to go to an amusement park instead of going to the gym that day. All you do is you do a double the next day. You get to enjoy a different activity. Yes, you care about your body. You just adjust. Oh, I bought some Coke. That means I have less discretionary income to buy avocados. That's okay. I cut back on my avocados, more rent money. I enjoyed the cocaine. It was worth it. These are the sacrifices. Don't just stay straight arrow all the way. Don't play life safe. You'll never have any growth. What does Tony Robbins say? You gotta put yourself in uncomfortable positions to move forward. So buy an 8-ball, okay? Just become an adult. Learn about life. All the things that I've experienced and all the choices I've made have largely been genetic predispositions towards craziness because of my parents. Borderline personality disorder by my mother and narcissistic personality disorder as diagnosed by the child psychiatrist and psychiatrists that were in my parents' divorce and alimony hearings from 5 years old till I was like 18. Fucking nightmare. Oh my god. But eventually they diagnosed my father with narcissistic personality disorder, which I recognized in myself at times through entitlement. Probably because I was driving a BMW when I was 16 and Palm Beach, New York, you know the deal. It's not a great thing. You shouldn't give money to your kids because entitlement, ultimately, regardless of their abilities, it regresses them. It keeps them from achieving their potential. So I won't make that same mistake. But I will find that I will occasionally make mistakes if I were to ever have kids and be stupid enough to go that route. My father would leave my brother and I in precarious situations and get distracted and go off and do other things, like at Disney World and the Splash Mountain ride. We were staying in the Grand Floridian, the fabulous hotel, the best one there, only place you should stay. Anyone who stays off campus, like not in Disney World, like stays at like a Hyatt, it's like, what's the point? It already takes an hour to get anywhere in Disney World itself. Why would you try to save money that way? Like the Wilderness Lodge, if you haven't stayed there, or the one with the fucking giraffes, whatever the fuck that one's called, African Safari Hotel. Like, why would you deny your kids that? Also, the comparables, like I went to Christmas in Disney World with my family. So did I, John. Oh my gosh, did you have the giraffes at your place? Like, no, we got turn down service at 6. That was cool, and a continental breakfast. Did Mickey ever come for your breakfasts in the morning? The great buffet? No. No, they mainly just burnt the toast. The Cheerios were good. Anyway, security picked up my brother and I 3 hours later. It was before cell phones, and they brought us back to the hotel. My mom was yelling at my father. Apparently, he got distracted, went off and had dinner by himself, and passed out drinking a bottle of wine. Not an alcoholic, but at that point in time, I guess he really just wanted to do his own Tom and forget that he was, married and had kids. I remember also my parents fighting in all those like Grand Floridian diners. I would always pass out during dinner because they were just yelling back and forth at each other. That was funny. Like the passive aggressive shit they would say to each other, I remember. It's unbelievable that I'm not like the number one troll, because the passive aggressive nature is the predisposition or the precursor to trolling online now, and I don't really care to do that, mainly because I find it so anathema, like probably some of my parents. The passive aggressive shit that they would say to each other, oh my god. I'm not, I know it was happening, the energy, more than I remember the words. My dad called the fire department and said there was an emergency when the pool heater broke at his compound on Palm Beach Island in Florida. They fixed it, but they came with a fire truck and were kind of perplexed as to why someone would think that's an appropriate choice of person to call. It makes me wonder, if I broke my arm by the pool, would he call a cement company to set it? Just practically speaking, that makes the most sense. Use wet cement, like fastest. It's a little nutty. It's just, I don't know. If I was choking, would he just have me drink an entire bottle of lube? I don't know what my father thinks, but that's part of who I am and why I'm a crazy motherfucker now. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with who I am. I'm okay with my mom going to fancy dinners and saying that there's a bug in each thing, so she'd have it for free despite being a multimillionaire. Weird little crazy things like that. I'm okay with my mother dating Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Harrison Ford, and Jimmy Connors. And bragging to kids at tennis camp that my mom dated Jimmy Connors as if that was an appropriate thing to say, only for them to have to say, in black ink underneath my bunk, Jimmy Connors' son slept here, he likes tennis. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the fact that my mom hung out with Grace Kelly and went to Studio 54 and stuff like that, and probably smoked a lot of pole, particularly at her memorial service. I remember a lot of handsome older men going up to say, I knew your mother. I'm like, don't come to me, sir, and talk to me and imply that you fucked my mom at some point when she was younger. I don't need to hear this. She just fucking died. Okay? Thanks. Thank you for that. It's amazing how you take the celebrity perception of meeting someone that you know is famous and saying, I just want you to know that I know you and I like what you do, and this should be as important to you, this interaction, as it is for me, and say that to a kid who just lost his mother. Hey, I just want you to know I thought your mom was great, best blowjobs ever. Sorry for your loss. What the fuck?